Guys, we are sitting down in an exclusive interview with the one and only Miss Courtney Rhodes, and you guys may have seen her this past weekend on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but that is not all that she does. She also does some other things. She has some businesses, and she's doing some extraordinary things right here in Atlanta. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. I made it through the premiere last night. And I still have a smile on my face. So nonetheless, I am grateful. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to talking to your peeps this morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, we appreciate you taking time to be here, and let me just tell you, watching the show last night, because, and you know, it's crazy because
What's that?
yeah, watching the show,
Uh-huh.
previous season, sometimes you'll see like the friends of the show come in like, a few episodes, but they had you on the first episode, so that you big time.
Heck, you know what? I'm gonna take that, Tyrik. I am gonna take that. Yep.
Yeah.
I certainly was on the first episode, and I think it got a little juicy.
Oh yeah, for sure. So okay, let's get right into it. So you and Can, I just kind of help me break this down because I was
Okay.
watching the show just to
Mhm.
want to make sure I understand.
Sure.
So what it was somebody who said that you were going around telling people that you were friends with Kandi, and that's how it popped off.
So
Or
what happened was, because now we've both said her name last night. So my business partner, her name's Dina, and she has a very long history in the music industry. And I was, like I said, in Paris, minding my business, working on my jewelry line, and I get a call from my business partner. She's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "I just got the strangest call." And I was like, "What happened?" And she was like, "Well, apparently Kandi called so and so and was like, 'Hey, do you know this girl Courtney?' She pulled up my Instagram and was scrolling and kind of with a condescending approach, like, 'Who's this girl?' Apparently she's saying that we are friends, that Kandi and I are friends." Which was absolutely, I promise you, not the case. And that's kind of how the colorful conversation, discussion, interaction with Kandi and I started.
Okay, so I guess did you think it was appropriate to go down at Ross's birthday party, or did you think that y'all could have did that somewhere else?
Tyrik, the problem is I did not think, okay? I did not think about it. I'm not proud that it happened there, but I do like to cut things off because at that point I had talked about it with Sheree and I had met Sonya. And then apparently Sonya and Marlo had talked about it, and Marlo gave me some insight. And so when she's like, "I think you should say something," I wasn't thinking, but I did have that conversation. So um, if I was thinking, maybe, but here we are, and you know what? It worked out.
Okay. So Kandi, she made her little threat. She said she was gonna headbutt you.
She did. She did.
Have you just kind of a crazy question? Have you ever been headbutted before?
You know what, Tyrik? Look at me. Do I look like I'm a street fighter or that I aspire to be one? So I'm gonna let Kandi stay with the street fighting. And no, I'm gonna let her have that. Never have I ever, and I'm okay never being. I need this brain and this face. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, say that then. Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, have you watched previous seasons? Like, did you know what to expect coming in? Were you like an avid viewer?
I had certainly watched previous seasons when Sheree first started, and I really enjoyed it. And then, life does what it does, and I'd watch periodically. And then, of course, I watched all of last season to just kind of get up to speed. But there's no watching in the world that's actually going to prepare you to try to maneuver the group of girls and friendships and the complications that come along with such big personalities. So
yeah, okay. So going in, besides Sheree, did you know any of the other ladies, or had you heard things about them? Or
So I had met Marlo briefly, and we'd seen each other a couple times, and we were certainly very cordial with each other. I was aware, of course, I watched, like I said, season 14, so I kind of was pretty aware of what who people were from what I was able to see, and just some of the insight that I was given early on.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right then. So Sheree, she got this new man, Mr. Martel Holt
Yes.
from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes.
What do you think about him? Do you approve? Do you?
You know what? I trust Sheree, right? And I think that it's easy for people to have such strong opinions and judgments when they're not in something and they're only seeing a snippet of someone's life on a platform like this. And what I will say is, seeing Sheree smile and seeing, I've been around them quite a bit and just seeing their interactions. I love how they interact with each other. And I don't think either of them are like, hey, we're getting married tomorrow. I think they're having fun. They're dating, and I am all for her being liberated and having fun. And as long as she's happy and keeping a smile on her face, then I think it's my job as a true friend to only support that and wish the best for her.
Yeah. All right, true friend.
That's right.
That's what's up.
Not hating, not making up stuff. Like I'm just here for her happiness. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, speaking of hating, do you think that because whatever the situation with her and Kenya, and of course, in the previews for the next episode, we saw that going down between Kenya and Martel and stuff. Do you think she's hating?
I know that Kenya's hating, and stay tuned because you will see it for yourself.
All right, we're going to stay tuned in.
Stay tuned in because it's going to get juicy.
Okay, yeah, we're going to continue to watch. So aside from the show, let's talk about you a little bit more because I'm pretty sure the viewers and fans want to know a little bit more about you.
Right.
So you have your own jewelry. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
How did that come about?
So my father he was a plumber and he would also weld. So just growing up, I was always around like different materials and metals and scraps. And, my dad would my dad could do anything like handy. And so he was really good, like doing stuff in the yard, and he would, sometimes weld stuff. And I would just make like belt buckles and jewelry. And that kind of evolved through the years, and I started to design stuff and learn to weld on my own. I started taking jewelry classes to learn about different metals and design. So I've just always been interested into metals and what they represent, and then getting interested in the design aspect through the years. It was just something that was really foundational for me and my father's relationship, which was an incredible relationship. So for me, the jewelry represent that, a daughter and a dad's connection, and then also just kind of my own journey in life. For me, it's a way to express stuff. So at the heart of the brand, there's a compass. And, a compass, if you get lost, it's always going to point north. And so a big part of the brand story is that your compass comes from inside. So if you just kind of quiet yourself and listen to your intuition and your thoughts, you'll kind of know what to do, which is perfect for this situation that I'm in now with these girls. Because when it gets confusing, I'm just like, okay, what does my intuition tell me? And I have really strong intuitions. I have a really strong intuition. And I can pick up on vibes pretty good. So it just represents that and freedom and expression. So, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty sweet. You guys you and your dad had that deep connection. So kind of like a daddy's girl. Right?
I am definitely. Everybody that knows me know that I have been a daddy's girl. I am a daddy's girl. And I think really healthy daddy-daughter relationships are very pivotal for women and how we show up in the world.
Wow, that's nice. So tell us about this. You have this book that you wrote, Make Your Mark. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the book, what's in it, and how can people go and support it?
Sure. So Make Your Mark, Personal Branding Through On-Purpose Living is a book that I wrote because I was really inspired. I grew up in an age where there was no social media, right? So as I was coming into my professional career, digital started to take off, and I was able to, which we'll probably talk about this later, but I had a nice run in corporate America, and I know that personal branding is extremely important for setting yourself up for future successes. And so I have always been an advocate for young women, just supporting young women and, inspiring them to be passionate and go for what they love. And so as I would sit on panels and talk during Women's History Month, or just as a woman leader, I just felt like some women were not understanding the negative influence that, certain things you do on social media, it could follow you. They do follow you. And I was in a space where I was doing corporate we were doing background checks, and sometimes stuff would come up from social media that I felt was like not fair, right? Like you get one picture of a girl at a party in her bikini with beer and the boys. I don't think that's a good reason not to hire her, because we've all done it, we've all been there. So I really just wanted to educate young women specifically on how to build a brand and be authentic and understand what you love and be driven by that. And so I wrote this book, and I was able to partner with some great conferences and speak, and so I'm super proud of it. And every time I get a DM or someone emails me about how they love the book, it really just lights me up, because for me that's what it's all about.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's always good to, like, when you put out something that you're really proud of, always good to get that positive feedback,
No,
get
it
that
does.
insight and stuff like that. That's what you want,
And that's why I do what I do. Like when, I have always been the type where if I can give or contribute and then I can feel it coming back by making a positive impact, that's what lights my fire. So certainly grateful for that.
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm not sure if you mentioned, but did you tell people where they can like support you as far as the jewelry is concerned too?
Absolutely. So Courtney Racquel, it's CourtneyRacquel.com. Go check it out. And the book, you can get it on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. Make your mark, personal branding through on purpose living. So go check a girl out.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, we got to check that out.
I appreciate that, Tyrik.
Support you and stuff like that. So, and I'll tell you this, something that was kind of came as like a shock, because I think I know we heard about it last night, but I think may have heard about it earlier before the season aired. But I know that you and Ralph are related.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. So
that's a fun twist, right?
Yeah, I know, but like Drew and Ralph, they're going through their stuff.
Right?
What happened?
You know what? I have no idea what happened, but I think just from what I know from watching and what I know now, I think that they just kind of move in different directions, and I think that we're not so surprised, right? Like I think we kind of saw this coming, so but yeah.
I guess just trying to figure out, like, we seen them going through this stuff previous season and stuff like that, but I guess just trying to figure out where was that breaking point at, like where it was like, okay,
child, stay tuned, you might find out. I don't know, but there might have been some more people in the mix. They say three's a crowd sometimes. I don't know. Okay. So stay tuned. Let's see.
All right, we gonna have to definitely stay tuned and see this and see what's happening. Have they announced when you guys would be like taping the reunion and stuff yet?
Not yet. Nope, I haven't heard. I mean, like, no.
Okay, all right. Just curious, because we like to hear a date. Fans want to know dates and stuff when they doing this and that.
I think the initial time that I heard, I don't think will be done. The season will be done by then, so I don't know what. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this: so doing this season of the show, what can you say was the most happiest moment? The most, what was that? And of course, I'm pretty sure you can't give me the whole, shebang and stuff, but just gotta give us a little brief about what you can talk about. Like, what was that most exciting moment of this season? What did you really enjoy?
I think for me, it was a culmination of moments. I went into the show really authentically wanting to create connection with some new women, because I got married and had gone through a divorce, thank you, and came back to Atlanta and was rebuilding, rebuilding, revisiting friendships, just reconnecting with people. So I was very optimistic about building genuine relationship with women. And I will say that a lot of, there were great moments and moments when we were vulnerable, and I was able to connect on a real level with several of the women, and I have continued to develop and nurture those friendships and have fun with them. And that was probably the most fun and rewarding thing, is just developing those new friendships.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, you coming into the mix, developing those new friendships and stuff. You're coming in this season as a friend. Do you have the desire to have a peach one day?
Let me just say something, and I'm going to just put this out there. I came in wanting to be a friend.
Oh, really? Okay.
Absolutely. I did. there were a lot of conversations about me and a peach, and I wanted to be a friend, and that I am. But I certainly knew exactly what I needed to do to get a peach, and I chose to remain a friend.
Okay, nice, awesome. So how do you like being a friend?
I love it.
Okay.
What I will say is I thought that you don't know exactly what to expect. But I enjoyed it. I felt like I was able to hang out, meet the girls, like I said, develop genuine relationships with some of them, traveled. So I was able to enjoy some of the fun things that the peaches enjoy, and still be able to do some of the things that I want to do.
Wow, that's awesome. Within your career, you've done some amazing things within business. Of course, now you're in TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Any other things that you've aspired to do? You may just haven't had a chance to get to it yet, or maybe some stuff that you're working on right now that you haven't came out with.
So I'm big on pivoting, right? Like I'm a woman who really believes that your purpose is just figuring out what you're good at and can make a positive contribution towards, and just really find fulfillment and freedom and happiness within yourself. And for me, that looks different at different stages in my life. So I'm pretty passionate about going for what I want to go for. The jewelry line has been a lifelong dream. And so I can see myself continuing to pour into that, expand that. Of course, I have a marketing agency with an amazing set of women and a business partner, and we're growing and expanding there, and that's super, super exciting. So right now I'm doing everything that I aspire to do, and if I become inspired to do something else, then certainly I'm going to move in that direction. But right now my hands are full. My focus is on the jewelry line and just doing the things that I'm already committed to. So
that's awesome. Yeah, congrats to you on everything that you're doing, and
Thank
you're an example for so many young girls out there and stuff like that. And so I know that they're looking up to you, they're inspired and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's awesome to be an inspiration.
I appreciate that. And can I just say, this has really been a full circle moment for me. So I really appreciate you having me. I don't know if you know that, but I work for iHeart in Atlanta. The Bull, I was the general sales manager years and years ago. So being back in the building, although it's a new, more elaborate, beautiful, fabulous building, and just running into some old colleagues has just been amazing. And I think that that's just how, life does when you just stay focused and keep pushing. And I'm just so appreciative. So thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much for taking time to join us. We appreciate it. And I can speak for all the viewers when I say we will continue to watch and see how this season unfolds on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Well, I appreciate you. Tune in. It's gonna stay juicy, y'all. It's gonna stay juicy. So yes.